Right, let's look at an exam revision of the organic reactions. It's a trial paper from Limpopo 2014. The flow diagram below shows the preparation of different organic compounds using propene, which is the structural formula, condensed uh, molecular formula as study material. Right, this is what we have. Right, or let's move through the questions. This is the questions. You can pause the video and try it yourself, and then there is cost 11 marks, so you can pause the video and try them out. Then after that you can compare your answers and mine, then you can comment or ask on the comment section, then I'll check to review that. Right, we're starting from here. Propene because of 3 carbons. Right, let's just read the question and then we'll get back to the structure. But Anchi Tomoko analyzes the structure and then we'll get back to the questions. So name the process that converts the saturated hydrocarbons to propene. So this process, in fact, they must say a reaction. So a reaction. But a reaction is a process that converts saturated hydrocarbons to propene. Now, what do you mean by saturated here? Saturated hydrocarbons, it means it is an alkane. So why alkane? Then it means level alkane, then will produce a double bond, which is an alkene. So Ragamana will produce an alkene. Or let's write this is an alkene. So if we withdraw from alkane to alkene, then we're going to have an elimination. That will be elimination reaction or elimination process. That is what we have. For saturated means is an alkane. So meaning this one will be unsaturated. So the reason is that there is a double bond between the carbon atoms, and then here there is a single bond between carbon atoms. So another way of writing this structure is to see that is double bond between carbon atoms. So we can write that this number of carbons 1, 2, 3 bonding in 1, 2, 3. Now let's see what is happening. The first carbon, this one, is having 3 hydrogens. So we're going to have 3 hydrogens for this carbon. Then carbon number 2, this one, is having only 1 hydrogen. So we're going to have hydrogen here. Namely, this one is having how many? 2 hydrogens, 1, 2. And then also double bond between these two running. That's why you have a double bond here. So now that's why you say it's an unsaturated here. Right, question number 2. Use the structural formula to write down structural formula. They say you must use structural formula to write down the balanced chemical equation for the reaction between propene and water to produce compound P. Now that is a reaction of an alkene with water, then that is a hydration, then we're going to produce P, which is an alcohol. Now let's write the reaction. So already we have the structure, 1, 2, double bond carbon, and then hydrogen, hydrogen, and then hydrogen here, hydrogen. So we'll make sure between each carbon, around each carbon, there are 4 bonds. I mean, about react telling it will react with H2O. Then reacting with this H2O, now it will produce, right, because it's an addition. I mean, robale OH, robale OH like this, and another H being coming to bond here. So let's write the structure. Robale 1, 2, 3. I mean, Arnal 1, 2, 3. This bond here, break between these two carbons. It will break on this carbon and on this carbon. Namile bond breaker mola. Then already o naleng on hydrogen G3. And then this one on only one hydrogen. I mean this one naleng only 2 hydrogens. Namile uri so kimola ka the Markov saying this OH or this hydrogen, so I am hydrogen in already, and what hydrogen in between these two, or only this one. I mean H will come, I mean OH will come here. So this is what we have. And Kirili is a major product or minor product. Always we write a major product. So this is our major product of the alcohol that will be formed. Oh, there must be a bond here. Right, this is the structure that we have. Now it's balanced. You can read the number of oxygen. This side is 1 and 1. Carbons 3, 3. Hydrogens 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here 3 plus 6 plus 2, then they are 8. Then it's balanced. So that will be the answer for these 4 marks. Write down the EPIC name of the compound P. Now, how do we write the name here? So writing for this 3, this 3, we're going to have, let's go back. Now for that 3, we're going to have prop. For those 3, in fact, we have propane. As long as it is alkane, alkene, and alkynes, then we already have propane. I mean, we're looking at the position of the alcohol. So the position is on carbon number 2. So we say 2. Then alcohol if OL. So that is propane 2-ol. That is the name of this structure. Right, compound P can also be obtained from 2-bromo propane. What is this one? Is a reaction of haloalkane. This is from bromo from halogen, propane from alkane. So this haloalkane, then it's going to react to form an alcohol. So delete this type of reaction. If you saw the video, the previous summary of the videos, go and watch them. So 4.4.1, they're saying write down the type of reaction that converts 2-bromo propane to P to an alcohol. So looking at this one here, so we are going to have this structure. Let's write the structure so that we can understand quickly. So 1, 2, 3. I made 2-bromo, then I'm going to have Br here. And then, of course, these are the hydrogens. Now, mainly from this one, they're saying this must go and produce an alcohol. So it's halogen and this alkane. So it's haloalkane. Now we agree that for this to form an alcohol, it must undergo substitution gareng poleke mo re na le H le Br gore ntho e be alcohol or Br o tshwanetse ya tsamaya o tle OH. Then the type of the reaction e tshwanetse be gona mo gore re tliše OH re tlo mo tliša ka NaOH, but this NaOH then o tshwanetse a re tloša mo o a etla re ba changeana, then we call it a substitution. Or OH o tlo substitute Br so that we have alcohol. Namile it means we have a substitution reaction, which is called an hydrolysis if it is the type of substitution. Now conditions under which this conversion will occur. Namile we require this NaOH or ebe hydrolysis swantse ebe dilute. So for this one we're going to have a dilute strong base and then because they're saying 2 marks and then they said conditions, not conditions, dilute strong base, and of course we can have a heat, we can have a mild heat or a home heat. Now these are the 2 reaction conditions that are required for this to take place. Right, let's move on with the questions. Write down the polymer, the name of the polymer Y. Now the polymer we didn't talk much about, but since we have 3 carbons here, for this to be a polymer will be a poly. So a polymer will be, of course, we must start with a poly. Now that structure, it means it must essentially be a structure. Don't do like propene. So we're going to polypropene. Because or even polymers those many structures. So, but the name of the structure is propene. Once we say polymer, then we must have a lot of those structures of propene. The type of polymerization that produces Y, so in this case it's not complicated, we just have an addition polymerization reaction. So this is the end of this revision.